Wanted to do a video about submissiveness in a relationship. I want to touch on a couple of things. This is maybe a part 2 to my rules and roles royalty mentality video. It's been quite a while since I made that video, but nonetheless here I am. So I see a lot of posts on Facebook, Instagram about women no longer having the same respect for their role, or following the rules, and not being able to be submissive to a man, and why people think that is, in regards to women today. So, most of those posts go to touch on, like, a woman wants to wear the pants and run shit in a relationship, and therefore they want to make their men seem like they're weak, or they just don't know how to fucking listen. Now, I can't speak on women because I'm in the world, not of the world, and I ain't from here, and it's just weird to me around these parts. However, prospectively, in my opinion, this is what I believe personally, because I can't speak on other women. They out here doing the most. They got no priorities, no real direction in what they're doing. It seems like everyone's just out here just moving crazy and for no reason. I don't really know what they got going on. But personally, I feel like there are certain things that were created in certain ways with intention. So even though, the intention of our creation, how our source of and Father God, how he created us to be in his systems and his flow, we do have intention, whether that's been distorted through society or not. It's still there. Okay, so with that being said, like I said in my first video, we are the complete balance. That is why he created Eve from Adam, in the Bible. And that is why it's like a man needs his rib, because a rib is symbolically the structure of that man. Okay, without his rib, without his structure, there is no man. He can't be a man without that balance. Okay, so woman is the ultimate feminine balance of the masculine energy, and together they are, they fit together, they balance one another. Okay, and we are meant to do that, to be a benefit and asset to one another, equally together, not one above the other. God says to love your wife like you do the church, and like you do God, like you do yourself. Like, she is supposed to be held high. She is to be your only weakness. A woman is to nurture, care for, support, uplift, encourage her man. Okay? And a man is to do the heavy lifting, and the woman is to be there to make sure he has everything that he needs to do that heavy lifting. It is a complete balance in regards to intention of us and the bond of a woman and a man. But a woman is sacred in biblically, in a deeper way, because of the womb, and because of that power of in her, that God placed in her to bear. Okay, so that is why a man is supposed to see his woman in a different light than anyone else, and to hold her to such a high level of respect because of who and what she is to the world. Without woman there's no womb. Without womb there is no us, right? Because that's the process. That's the way that God made it. So in order for a queen to be able to stand in her true power and her true light and all of her glory, of her femininity, she has to be able to have a king of a king to be guiding, leading, supporting, and directing her. Naturally, it is in us as women. It is placed in us intentionally as women to be submissive to a man. We're built like that. So to think that a woman doesn't want to be submissive, I don't care who the fuck she is. It is built in us to do that. However, women seem to be very wise. We are the intuitive ones. We have that built in us. And that inner guide gives us also that strength and that confidence as well in a relationship. So when you are with someone who, when a man does not stand in his true, authentic, powerful king of a self, and he moves around doing things that don't add up and don't make sense, when he's making poor decisions, or he is a narcissistic person or very egotistical, when a man feels like he has the right and the power to reign over his queen, to dictate, to just bark orders at, or to just demand, and he does not see his role and stick to his rules as far as what a masculine energy of a being, what a man of a man, a man of a king of a man, what he is meant to be, what his purpose and intention are to be to his queen and to his woman and to his kingdom, then how do you expect for a woman or a queen to be able to follow a man who doesn't know where he's going or what he's doing? You can talk all you want to talk, but movements are everything. They show your character, your value, your morality, your principalities. They show who you are as a person. So when you have a pattern, a history, a cycle of doing certain things or not doing certain things, when you don't keep your word, when you don't come through, when you don't follow through, when you don't do the things that you should be doing in your role with your rules as you should, that gives, I think, subconsciously a woman that, switch to say, okay, he's down right now and he can't do what the fuck he needs to do. So I got to do my part as the queen I am and step in and handle his light. Wait till he can get his shit together. Because I can't keep telling somebody about themselves as a man. You can't tell a man how to be a man because you ain't a man. So a man who ain't a man gonna know more about how to be a man than a woman will ever be. Stop. Rules and rules. I don't gotta be the one to know what it is to be the one. To be able to recognize if you the one. It'll be all over you. What if you really got it? It ain't, how people say, like, it ain't tricking if you got it. Okay, you ain't gotta show off and be all rambunctious or be overly masculine or overly powerful or overly honcho in order for someone to recognize and peep game that you are a solid ass king, that you are a real man. You ain't gotta show it. You ain't gotta do the most when it'll speak for itself. If you gotta demand attention, if you have to dictate to control, you still got things to learn. So not only that, but it's like our society has been manipulated, especially the Black people in our society. We are purposely being shamed and humiliated, and it's being done in front of our face, and nobody even realizes what's happening. They're just so bandwagon, go with the flow, that they're not even paying the fuck attention of what's going on. Society, media, propaganda, all of these things, the music industry, all of these things that are tricking your subconscious mind. They are manipulating you. They are brainwashing you as a man out of your masculinity. Men don't know what they want to be anymore. It's all right to do a little of this, a little of that, or this or that. It's their masculinity is being taken away from them, and they're just going along with the flow, thinking it's the cool thing to do. And in turn, that is allowing a woman to step up and say, hey, I guess I do got to wear the pants because you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing. And it gives them that sense of confidence, to where they feel like they don't need a man anymore because they can do what a man can do. A woman can never be a man. A woman can never feel those energies because, again, we were not created that way. So when a man is not willing to step up, to lead, to stand in his masculinity, to stand in his royalty, and he's slacking, refusing to mature or grow up or, do what he signed up to do, then it's going to fuck up the flow of the flow, and a woman ain't going to be able to be a woman. Be man enough to be the fucking man so that your woman can be the woman that she's meant to be for you and for herself. But you're taking that away. But still expecting demand. Still try to check and keep a female in her place when you ain't even in your place. Trying to direct traffic and you don't know where you're going. You want to sit around and be like, oh, a woman don't know how to submit? Hell no, we ain't submitting to people going to lead us off a fucking cliff. Don't know what the fuck they doing. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You want followers? Understand the rules and the roles. The points and the purpose. Intention and direction of what we even here doing. All this, know this. That's just real shit. So instead of hollering about being submissive and a woman not being able to follow, worry about stepping into your shit and learning how to lead before you expecting people to follow. Learn how to rule. Learn how to control yourself before you think you can control other people. Learn the basics of royalty, the royalty that's built in you, what your person intention is as a masculine energy. Women need to know their role and their place and their position as a feminine energy. We are here with intention. It's up to you if you want to make up your own rules or not. That's not going to change the point and purpose. But don't holler about what they ain't doing when you ain't coming through on what you should be doing in order for it to fall in line, and for us to follow you. You must be leading. For you to lead, you must know how to lead and what the rules and roles are of the jurisdiction that you're trying to get into here. Okay, you can't just go in there winging it and be mad that people don't know what the fuck is going on and do their own thing because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So what the fuck they'll do their own thing too then. Make it make sense. I'm just saying. Stop hollering about it, because if it's lacking, then you slacking too. So figure it out. Make it happen. Tighten up. In order for a woman to do her job as a woman, for her man, for her kingdom, for her home, it's important for a man to understand you are not our dictator. You are not our ruler. You don't own us. We were created equally to stand beside you, not behind you. We are here to balance what you're lacking in the masculine. So you're not meant to dictate us, order us around, bark orders, tell us what to do, and we're just supposed to shut up and listen. That's not the way this is supposed to go. We have an emotional intelligence. We have a different type of psychiatric, psychology makeup, going on as females and as feminine energy. A man is supposed to bring his decisions, his problems, his issues to his woman, to tell her what's going on. She gives her 2 cents, and then she trusts and has faith and believes that he's going to take that into consideration and make the best decision for the home and for everyone. How can a woman do that if you over here making fugazi ass decisions, you moving for yourself, you a liar, you're a cheater, you this, you don't do that, you don't do this, you only do this and that? How are you going to do that if you ain't doing your role for her to even be able to trust that you're going to make the right decision? And then you want to say, well, just blindly trust when you have a history or a pattern of fucking it all up, doing wrong, being selfish. We are not meant to be dumb, idiot creatures just to follow along to a path of destruction. We are meant to be support and to help. That's what we're for. So you can't be mad at a real woman for having questions. A real woman for not just saying, whatever you say, daddy, let's go. No. A real woman is going to challenge you intellectually, spiritually. They're going to help you grow as a man, as a person. If you want someone just to fall in line and to do what they told, then you need to go be a pimp and get you some hoes. Because this is a whole nother level. When you're fucking with real women, when you have a queen of a woman in front of you, respect what the fuck it is. And if you don't recognize it, then get to move in. We are meant to help you grow spiritually, to help each other evolve and to grow spiritually. The fuck kind of queen would you be if you don't put some truth in his ear sometimes? We're not always right. And that's why we trust. That's why we need to be able to trust that our man is going to move right. So that we don't have to worry about all the extra dumb shit that he did based off pride and ego. Because we already talked about it. Communication is everything. Without communication, you will have nothing in your life that will be stable and successful and secure. It has to be built on foundation. Communication, trust, respect are the key foundations. It's up to you.